Hi everyone. In the last session, we have discussed about the installing and setup of source extractor. So in this session, we are going to discuss some of the basic thing that you need to understand while using the source extractor. So actually, we have copied the four files named default. Okay. So but we didn't explain why we need to copy that file. So actually, I'm just going to say that this default.sex file is the heart of our source extractor. So that means if you are doing some operations using the source extractor, and if you are trying to find some of the basic details, or what we can say, and if you are on the explanation of source extractor, I said that we are to give some threshold value. Below that we are not find that source, and above that we are going to source take that source. Okay, so here like all the parameters that you have to use in our source extractor can be given to here. Okay, here actually we are creating a catalog of extracted sources. So that's what actually we are doing on our source extractor. So here we are giving the source catalog name. So after running the source extractor, you will get a catalog of named like this. Okay, I'm just going to give a catalog name as cat underscore one. Okay, so this will be the catalog name. So next one is catalog type. This can be anything, say portable, fits 1.0, fits lodac, anything that you want specified here. Okay, so next one is parameters name. Parameters, actually we are going to discuss about the parameters, but first thing that you have to understand about the parameters are these are the headlines of the table. The first thing that you have to understand is these are the headlines of the table that you are gonna create. Okay, so in the parameter, what we can say, in the test cat underscore one dot cat file, you will get the series of columns of data while using the source extractor. You can find the data from the source extractor as a table. Okay, so the table heading, that means each column has a heading. That column heading is actually the parameter name. Actually what we are finding is we are finding the parameters of the values of the parameters of each sources that we are detected. Okay, so next one is detected type. So here ccd is a what we can say, it's actually already we are using mobile camera, so that kind of processing is ccd, but photo is actually just a photo. Okay, so next one is detect a detecting minimum area. So that means how much pixel that you have to analyze at a time. That's what actually we are dealing with, the detecting minimum area. Okay, so next one, detect threshold. So that actually means what I have said in the last sessions. That means you have to put a minimum threshold, or you have to do you have to specify a threshold for analyzing that image. Okay, that depends on that image, or as well as you can find yourself in different way. Okay, but I'm not going to discuss all these things about in this session, but you can find it's on internet. Okay, so one thing that you have to do is, if you don't understand any of these things, then you just copy it and paste it in the browser, so you will get the answer. So next one, filter. We are using which filter? I am gonna try I or N. Okay, normal filter, like that. So depending, all this can be explained like this. Okay, if you want, then you can go to all these things. Okay, so I'm just going to save this file, and one thing that I have changed is catalog name. So after that I'm just going to save. So next thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to the default.param. So we said that we actually giving the parameters, the parameter headings are the default.param. So what we are going to find or using the source extractor is all these things. Okay, you can find around we can say that around 400 parameters. That is the basic use of source extractor. That means you don't have to find the source magnitude, all the things manually using source DS9 software. So one thing that you can do is just run a code, just hit an enter after setting up a source extractor. Then you will get multiple of sources. That means infinite, there is an infinite number of sources, and we are not aware that whether it's a source or not, but we can find that using source extractor. Source extractor will go to the each pixel and find the brightness. Okay, so using you based on the threshold value, it will go to the all pixels and whether it's suitable or not to get into the catalog, then it will be added. So that's how all these things works. Okay, so here you can use the 400 parameters, like what we can say x and y image coordinates. I am just going to search for x and y image coordinates, and x underscore im. Okay, here underscore im. So here I got the x image as well as y image. So if you are putting these values in for parameter detection, then you can do that. So the one thing that you can do here is you just go to before the x image and remove the hash. Okay, so another thing that I need is y coordinate. So I'm just going to the 61 and removing the hash. So I'm just gonna save it. So this is how it works. Okay, so this is a simple way, but more complicated. That means there will it's not easy to find all these things. Okay, so I'm just going to demonstrate this. After that I will explain by creating a new default.param. Okay, so here actually I given specified that I have to find using the source extractor. I have to extract the file. After that I have to give the x and y coordinates of the sources. So I'm just going to open the terminal and using the source extractor. Okay, FUV, I'm gonna analyze the FUV image and I'm just going to this. Okay, so it's extracted around one node sources extracted, and you can find that there is a file that named catalog underscore 1. So here we just found 109 sources. Okay, so all these are this first thing is the, you can say that here this is the first x image coordinate system, and next one is y image coordinates. Okay, you can find all these things here, and if you want to find the magnitude, okay, if you want to find the magnitude also, then you go to the default.param and just search for mag underscore bright mag best. Okay, I'm just going to use the mag best. Okay, so you will get the magnus. So I'm just going to save here. So let's see what happens. So I'm just going to run the command once again, and the file will be created once again, and there will be a magnitude best value. On this way, by this method you can find all the data that included in a fits formatted image. So this is what you have to just understand about the source extractor. And the one thing that you have to just understand that it's possible that we can analyze the image if it has infinite number of sources, and there will be some of the noises, but we are not aware that some of them are noises and some of them are not noises, but some of them tiny pixel can also possess the sources. So what we can do is use the source extractor, set the threshold value, and give the default.params names. That means if you want something from that image, if you want the x and y coordinate and magnitude, then just go for it. I use the parameter for that. So actually we can already create another default.param. That means I am just going to create a text file, param.file as cat, and I'm giving the name of test param. Okay, so I just created a test param. So here what you have to do to use the test param is you just go to the param file that here used. Okay, so here is the param. So I'm just going to give the test param. Okay, test param. Okay, test param.param. So here what happens is I will get the default.sex actually going to use the test param.param. Okay, if instead of default.param. So here what I can do is I can give the coordinates, I can give the parameters name. So actually we just added the test.param. Okay, sorry, we just added x and y and magnitude best and x underscore image imag. Okay, x underscore here image, and I'm just going to save it, and I'm just going to run once again. So here let's see what happens. So here once again I am just going to do this thing. So here also extracted 109 sources, and let's verify that it's game or not. So this is it. So I just only specified about the x image coordinate system. So I got only x image. That's how this working. Okay, so here you can use the here also you can do default.nnw as well as default.con. So here you have to understand this, the heart of the source extractor is default.sex, and after that you can use default.param, and we can change that names. Okay, you can change by using this test param.param. So this will be easy if you are understood what are the things that is happening in our source extractor. So if you want some more, then you can add more. Okay, so likewise you have to add you have to use this source extractor, so this will be easy. So here you can use the default.param as the standardized values. If you want something, then you have to just go there and read it all these things and copy the parameter that you want. Okay, so this is how source extractor works. So if you have any doubts regarding the source extractor, just ask on the chat box. I will be there. Okay, thank you.